Hello everybody! Morning! Welcome to Records of Evil. It's a D&D show set in a, well, now a modern setting, and with some evil villainy, making some cults. The usual kind of thing you expect. So, it's Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a good one, as usual, as our normal-ish start time. We're close enough. Very close enough. It's fine. And of course, I'm being joined by a bunch of very nice folks here who are willing to get up early in the morning and/or not sleep and/or don't sleep. I don't know. Somewhere in amongst all those, who are ready to get some villainy done. Why don't we see how? Well, last time we kind of had a little bit of a time skip as everything stabilized. They found an apartment that they could accept. And then spending a few weeks furnishing it, buying everything that they think they need, and now they've reached a stability and are looking towards the next part of their actual plan, which is cult building. That's where we've reached. So why don't we go around, see who people are, how the character's doing, that kind of thing. I'm gonna just point in a random direction and decide. I don't know. Jinx, Mishka, how are things going?
Hey. Mishka is, she's now starting to function. She's very happy with her coffee and her own TV and whatever.
Yes.
She's also really, trying to figure out how they're gonna start this cult, but she really only knows how to do, the rituals and, all the paperwork, so...
Yeah.
Not really sure what's happening.
Yeah. We'll go... Therzee. We'll go that direction. I don't know.
Therzee is also very happy with all the coffee she is being supplied with, and... Wait, is it... the hob and whatever it was?
Hob.
Oh, I forgot the...
Hob and the gob.
Hob. See, I wanted to say knob really badly. I was like, that's not it. But, she's very happy
the
with...
gob and the hob.
It's one of them.
Her TV show.
Yes. Her favorite TV show.
She's just keeping her eye out for troublemakers that, she can befriend, like herself. And hopefully then turn them to the path of evil and use them for her own personal gain.
Exactly. And Worm, how about Versel?
Versel... She... Oh... I mean, she's trying to figure out how to start the cult. But otherwise is... It probably cares a little bit less than the others for modern convenience.
Alright. So, we kind of come in, and it was another day of work in the night, and now it's once again become the morning, on your day off, so I'm going to guess it's a 5-day. I don't know what the hell it is. Day 5 of the week. I'm not going to bother looking up, and I don't know if anybody actually named the day of the weeks for Faerun, so 5th day. We'll just call it. And, so at this point in time, Zirin is actually going to grab all of you. As you're, kind of getting up, you were trying to get some breakfast, get some coffee, so you're kind of sitting around on this, probably, ruddy couch that you guys got in front of the TV, with Zirin kind of floating in front of it. Alright! I know all of yous have been having some trouble with this entire cult thing, so I was gonna come in here and bring you some suggestions. I'm not an expert, but I know a few things that could give you some ideas. So, and I've made these nice flashcards to help you out. As he's holding a poster or something.
Well, they're flashcards. They're just a poster to him.
Yes. So, forming a cult. There's a number of ways you can go about this. Cults can form in a couple of different ways. First off, more like yourselves, group of like-minded individuals with some strange ideas about how the universe works come together, combine those ideas, come up with something. Some occasionally then they can talk to other people, convince them to follow it. Unique ways of doing things. These cults kind of usually are based upon popular things. Might not apply in our situation here, as probably you're not going to find many people worshiping the guy down below as you would in our normal time, unless you're going to some of those boonies, it sounds like. So might work a little bit, maybe not. Number 2, more of the cult of personality. You come up with some kind of idea, present it to the public, show it off to people, try to convince them that it's something good, something special, that they get something out of joining. This one, normally when you get like a cult like this, it's groups of people that have very good personalities, great talking points, and have something to offer to people. With our entire, like, you know, probable summoning of horrible devil lords and, well, don't think we had any human sacrifice, but doesn't mean you can't add it in if you don't want. But, tends to be a little harder to do for our group. Not impossible. You could come up with something similar to it. And then number 3 is, the all secretive types, which you could be secretive. This you usually, find people that are a little weaker minded and convince them use a great thing. Well, you're better than what they have. It's a little bit more individual. You go to places but there's a lot of those folks. So you can see there's a couple different ways you can go about trying to find and make a cult, or you could use some of all 3 of them. Depends on what you want to do. There you go, lesson over. You can have these cards with these pictures on them. Enjoy. It took me about 2 days to make them.
That pen must have been bigger than him.
Yeah, he's not that small.
He's only cat-sized. He's like a cat with a pen.
I guess that was helpful.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna float over your kitchen area and he's like just working on something.
Well, yeah, top marks for him trying to help, I guess. Oh, how my voice is going.
You 3
What were you...
have been sitting around doing nothing. That's why I want you to do something. Stagnating. Getting too,
My character has probably been spending some free time practicing magic.
You're getting
Done
too...
some kind of helpful thing.
Mm-hmm. You got ourselves a new coffee maker? The TV? Oh, great. Yeah, good work. Is that a TV of evil?
I mean, it depends
Could
what's on
be.
it.
This place has too much laziness. It's ruining you.
It's just a lot easier than it used to be. I'm, you know, enjoying the time off.
Well, break's over. School's back now.
Ugh.
I suppose that's fine.
So we have.
Well, I've developed a couple magical skills which could be useful, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say we have Versel's magic, which apparently is a lot rarer now that we could use.
Yes, and I have developed one a couple of things. Something like augury could be good. Simple future prediction, or more like oh yeah, just good or yeah, very basic future prediction. Basically, it's like you determine whether something's going to be good or bad.
So you're the horoscope.
In-person
Yes.
horoscope.
As he picks up the newspaper and like points, and it's like whatever their version of a horoscope. I have no idea what it would be for Faerun off the top of my head. It's whatever their constellations are. Bunch of them. Man, my toral stellar chart knowledge is lacking right now. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, augury is the spell that's basically like wheel or woe or wheel and woe.
Yeah.
It's that one where it's just like it's either good, bad, or neither.
I mean, that would work on the weaker-willed folks that search it out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are definitely people who would enjoy that sort of thing, and it should actually work for the most part.
It'd be worth a shot. But where can we go to get people's attention?
I was wondering about that too.
Maybe the park.
That could work.
We could hand out flyers with the phone number on. I don't remember what it was, but and then have people make appointments. We can take their money and convince them of our religion.
Yeah. As long as Versel gets it right, then just let them know that Asmodeus gave us the hint.
But yeah, there could be a couple of other things which could be useful, such as I have the ability to prevent people from oh yeah, okay. That can prevent people from lying in an area. Protect people from poisons. Very minor regeneration.
I'm sure that would be good enough to gain admiration of some of the, not all there.
We could go find some of the homeless folks we keep spotting around and use some of that minor regeneration on them. Have them spread the word. Tell them who gave it to them.
Not a bad idea.
Alright, you guys, go get to it. Good luck. Have a good day. I'm not packing you lunch.
I'm just upset. I thought I'd at least get a packed lunch.
Especially if you're kicking us out so rude.
Fine. He's gonna, like, go over and, like, pick up an apple, float over, and just drop it in your... Come float back to you, drop in your hands, like, there you go, there's your lunch.
Much better. Okay, let's go.
Onward.
It's just one apple for all of you, too.
Good enough to satisfy them.
Alright. So you can easily make it to the park, using the buses, as you have in the past. Today, it's actually a little quiet. It's kind of autumn season, a little cooler. Kids are in school. There seems to be, like, some kind of, some people, using the park to do some exercises, it looks like, to, like, do a little bit of training, jogging and stuff like that. There is a couple of performers that are going on. You recognize there seems to be some travelers, probably, like, who are coming here to see the sights and, enjoy some time off. The place is busy. It's a public park that's outside of the museums and such, so of course it's busy. Probably a couple of people spending, judging you guys as in your night schedule, it's probably like noon, so it is lunchtime anyway, so there's probably people that are like spending their lunches enjoying the park.
Any clue where to start?
We could set up a booth.
What would we use?
I'm sure I could find a cheap table and cloth somewhere.
So, I'm curious, would it have been possible for me to do any research into basically how effective, like, technological healing is?
Technological healing, I would say, is about the same as what we have now.
I understand. Yeah. I'm more just saying. The funny thing is realistically, I actually probably couldn't. Lesser Restoration can't really do much that modern healing can't.
Yeah.
Because it can only heal temporary blindness and deafness, not permanent.
So, like, unless you studied exactly, like, the medicine to figure out its limitations of your magic, what you probably have figured out, I will say, at much, with a little study, is that magic tends to be fast in comparison to modern healing. But modern healing is a lot easier to come by. And so, in very emergency situations, as I think I previously said, hospitals probably at least have one spellcaster on hand, in case of emergencies that they can get them to there. Bigger hospitals might have more, and then it also depends on, like, if you're in a city or in a rural. Rural might not have any, or it just might be that a spellcaster / doctor who studied both is the only person you have if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But we're here for
You've probably also learned that it seems as though most modern healers don't follow the kind... They'd be druids.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are much fewer clerics, actually. They're incredibly rare.
I'll be honest, probably the most useful... the best probably use for my magic, funny enough, is probably the Lesser Restoration's ability to cure poisons.
Yeah. You give people not drunk or not high anymore.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's kind of like need to go home, but don't want your parents to see you drunk or high. Come to me.
I mean, I have healing word. Does that help at all?
I mean, yeah, it's just very minor healing. Like, I have cure wounds as well, but that's again for like actual scrapes and stuff.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, if someone comes to us and has been shot, you know, that we could help.
I mean, it's in a city. It's if we go to the bad part, it'd probably be common to find.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for, like, homeless people, there probably isn't a lot in this section, I'll say. There are probably people that aren't doing much in the area of the park. So if you want to just randomly come up to people and talk to them, or if you want to set up, like, some of the performers, you easily could. You don't have a table, as you said, or you could set up some kind of table, or you could just stand around and do something. There are a lot of options. How do you want to go about it?
Yeah. Part of the issue is I can only cast Augury twice, and the second time has a 25% chance to give a random result, so...
Maybe it could be a good random result.
It could be. I mean, more often than not, it should be normal.
And if it isn't, we can blame the lack of faith in Asmodeus.
Exactly.
Why it didn't work.
We should probably prompt them to believe more.
Depending on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's but should we find a table or get a table?
Probably be good. Probably
And
be
some
a better
papers,
way
so
of
we
setting them.
can make some flyers. Draw them.
Yes.
I'm also gonna find Versel a headscarf.
Oh my.
A crystal ball if I see one.
Ooh.
Where can you go buy
I'd say
tables and things?
If you're looking for like a headscarf sort of like person set up, there probably isn't anybody in this area of the park, I would say now. There's probably some people set up on one of the sides of the park selling some things. Probably some kind of food stand. At least a couple people that have like set outs of like blankets selling things outside of the park, like small objects, things that looks like again visitors might want to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
That means we'd be the only crazy doing this.
Well, Therzee, you can tell very easily by your own past that some of the selling people are just a little bit shady.
Oh yeah, this is a tourist trap.
Mm-hmm. Without knowing what a tourist trap is, you recognize it. So.
There were tourist traps back in the day. Might have not been called that, but they still existed.
Yeah, I'd say they're not called that. There were probably similar things. Places that people would like to travel to see interesting sights. They did exist. Just probably it seems like a lot more people can travel these places. Previously, it was probably much more rich people.
Question: can find traps find tourist traps?
Oh God! No, I don't think it can.
God damn it!
I mean, it just says traps are considered anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable. Losing money could be undesirable and sudden.
You don't have to lose money. It's a conscious choice whether you're going to spend money at that tourist trap. Thank you very much.
It's not a conscious choice. I'm just weak-willed.
That's not my fault. I only say it's shiny. It doesn't mean you don't have to succumb to the shiny.
You always have to succumb to the shiny. That's just how that works. Otherwise, it wouldn't be shiny.
And it's pretty shiny.
Anyway.
Yes. So you're planning on what's the full plan at the moment?
I mean, I guess this is almost, if anything, more of like a test idea, because clearly we don't have so it's more, I guess, we're just gonna like, yeah, set up a table. Probably we could get one at like, you know, just some kind of, you know, fold up table from like some crappy hardware store or something nearby, and probably just set it up and be like healing or should we go for the more
probably like healing and fortune or something.
yeah, healing and fortune telling.
Straight from the mind of Asmodeus.
Yeah, probably something like that written there as well.
Yeah, I think that's about our only plan at this point.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get a table and set it up.
Yep.
Where are you getting a table from? Just buying it somewhere?
Nah, just some random.
Yeah. What kind of table do you want? Do you want an actual? That's a
like
good
a
question.
full, like a card, like
Okay, card table.
Like...
I was thinking you were gonna get like an actual table, like carry it over.
They honestly would.
Well, we probably would go to
house.
like find one of those and then find out folding tables exist.
Probably.
Yeah.
We probably mentioned that we'd want to go to the park, and they'd be like, I don't think that's the right table. I don't think you need a dining table for that.
So, yeah, you'll be able to arrange to get a table. We'll say like a standard card table you'll eventually end up with. Where are you setting up? As I said, there are people at the edge of the park. It seems like most performers are kind of towards the central of the park, where there's like a fountain, a couple of statues of important figures of Callum Sham's past. There's also like the playground area, some fields, little areas of tree, like a bunch of tree areas. Like half of the park is probably like walking paths through trees and stuff. Like there's the big like fields in the center, along with like the playground. Probably at least one sports field. I don't know what sport game off the top of my head. Something favoring based. I'd have to look up favoring sports.
Ooh. My internet died. What'd I miss?
Oh, your internet died?
Yeah.
Oh,
It keeps doing that for like a minute, and then it's like, oh, now I'm back, and it's just like, oh, fuck.
Well, I was saying that like they got the table and they were planning on
This will
setting
set up in a little bit more of the like, you know, performer tourist area, you know, especially since I'm advertising fortunes.
Yeah. Probably just where everyone is.
Okay. So like you'll set up traffic area or just like somewhere that people might come by.
Traffic area, probably around the other performers.
Okay. Alright, so you'll set up the table kind of around the watering fountain. So you have a table up. and you're standing around a table. People are kind of looking at you, but no one seems to be walking by. They're just kind of like looking over, like, what's that person doing?
Therzee is
I mean,
gonna start.
sorry, I probably should have. I think I did say, like, I'll probably have some, probably, like, advertises it. Probably would have gotten just a poster board and written fortunes on it.
Okay.
Therzee
sure
will also
that's
be
some
shouting
paper.
about it.
Yeah.
And is right. It was like drawing out a bunch of flyers to just like hand out.
Probably have my own little, like, I probably have, like, a couple little things that are, you know, I probably have, like, some bone dice that I whittled myself or something.
Alright, so there's
I
some...
assume this is very, like, dumb looking and crude because
Oh,
you
yeah.
probably didn't plan this out very
No,
much.
it's just like you have like a poster board which you like just wrote like fortunes on. You've kind of like leaning up on the table on the bottom, so people sort of see it. There's some people walking by. A couple kind of like maybe look like they're like reading in it, kind of like looking over you. No one seems to have stopped yet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So I found out that I have wild shape now, starting at level 2. So I'm late, but maybe if I turn into an animal and walk around the fire.
Lead people there by being a cute dog that everyone wants to pet.
Exactly. I could be a cute dog or a cat, or like I guess a wolf.
I'm curious, do any of us have a charisma score?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
No, I have
like
0.
11. Yeah.
Okay, well, yours are probably better than mine. Mine's 8.
Oh.
Oh, mine's just... The score itself is 10, so I just have 0. I'm just like an average.
Okay, yeah, so there's 2 sporting fields, and I figured out one of them while you were discussing this. A goat ball.
Nice.
Ooh.
Which is
I
like,
was like, go ball.
it's like dodgeball on steroids.
Fun.
It involves a stuffed goat hide, tossed around by 2 teams, usually of 4, with several platforms, usually made of rocks or logs, of various different heights, where you're supposed to smack the other people with the ball. Also, if you fell off the platforms. So it involves balance and dodgeball.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Goat ball.
That sounds like we'd get hurt very easily.
Yes.
Sounds like a candidate for some healing.
Well, currently there are no people
You're not
using the
wrong.
goat ball area.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh.
maybe we can set up a tournament
Mhm.
and then heal everyone who gets hurt from it.
And they have to pay.
Yeah.
They have to pay
I
to
feel
play
like
and heal.
Yeah.
I mean, our point isn't to make money. I think they have to
Okay, well we can
take a
do
pamphlet
that
and not throw it
and
away within eyesight of us.
we get money.
The second one
and
probably
hand
comes
out
after some trial and error.
I'm gonna take one of Mishka's bits of paper and write "free only today" and stick it above our other cardboard sign.
That'll get him.
It's free, but only today. Everyone loves a bargain.
And then we'll go back like a week later, dressed differently, so it can be free only today again.
So someone's gonna come up and be like, so, fortunes?
Yes.
What kind of fortunes?
I can determine whether something will be good or bad.
So, like, ask you a
Sure.
question? Like, normally, people like you would be like, tell me my future, I'm gonna be rich or something.
Hold on one second. So okay, yeah, so you know, world entity result specific course of action. Okay. Yes, well, this is actual fortune telling. I can determine the outcome of something that will happen within the next 30 minutes. Probably not advertising this very well, but that's in character.
Yeah.
Well, let's try this out. I'm a curious individual. How much for these fortunes?
3 today.
Oh. Alright, we'll try it out then, if it's free today. Let me think of a good one. Should I invest in, Choltian, dino hides?
So before casting augury, I cast thaumaturgy.
Uh-huh.
And I make a spectacle.
Uh-huh.
Chant some stuff. And then I roll those,
He's gonna respond to that. At least you look like you've got some abilities, unlike some of those charlatans.
And then I cast augury and roll the dice.
Let's see here. Do augury.
Basically,
I want him to just get like, oh my voice. I want him to just get like the worst, like fortune.
well, it's good, bad, or neutral. For basically the outcomes.
Alright, so you cast the spell. It takes a little bit of time, and after you're done, it gives a wheel result.
The wheel is wheel for good. Okay. Yes, actually, that would benefit you to invest in today. Or soon.
He gets on his he turns around, gets on his phone, starts talking to someone. Seems about doing something with said investment. We'll see. We'll see. Peddling out here, if your abilities are the real deal, which I've heard tell of some of you folks, spellcasters that can do things like this. Well, if they're the real deal, maybe he's gonna give you a business card. You could turn out some better jobs for it. It's not cheating if it's good fortune. Guess I'll give you a wink and move on. Finishing up what remains of his lunch, it seems.
Cool.
You want to get into investment banking?
Does he ask that?
No, I think that's what he suggested. You want to go into, like, you know, stock market predictions?
Funny enough, this is actually, like, I mean, that's actually not a terrible way to use this ability.
That's a great idea!
Congratulations, you've discovered that you can use augury to see if financial investments are a great idea. Once per day.
Yeah. Technically twice, but second one has a chance of failure.
Exactly. Well, you could do it however many times
it's...
as you could cast it. Yes.
Yep. Technically, if I get to the point where I can cast it up to 4 times, it's a cumulative 25% chance of failure, or of random results. So it's like, in theory, I can cast it up to 4 times, the 5th time will always, and above, will always be completely random.
See, if we knew it would be completely wrong rather than random, we could just tell them the opposite.
Yeah, sadly. It's
True.
not how it works.
Yeah.
Alright.
And as he leaves, I probably say, Asmodeus' blessings upon you, or something like that.
Yeah. He ignores that part.
Of course.
Alright,
I love how just completely...
I mean...
I knew this... Well, it's not... The idea isn't that this would work. It was more just trying to figure out... Like, test the waters and figure out what we could do.
Yeah, and, after he comes up, there's some other people that look, but, like, he didn't hand off any money to you, so it seems as though people are very suspecting of that, you know, at least for a first bit. After a while, an officer will actually come up to you, and be like, did you ask for a permit to set up a table here in the park? What are you selling?
Not selling anything. It's free.
Alright, that's unusual. Free fortunes?
Yep.
I guess, there's nothing against you setting up a table randomly, but just keep it out of the flow of traffic, or I'm gonna have to ask you to move.
Very well.
He's gonna kind of shake his head and leave then.
I guess you just have to shuffle over to a different spot.
Well, technically not. I mean, I assume we weren't in the way. We were probably buying... Yeah, well.
Probably, like, you kind of set up like the performers did, so, like, off to the side of that, of, like, the main, as I said, like, the main square area with the fountains and statues. Like, out of the way of traffic, but still where people could see you.
Yeah.
Hey, reptile folks! Should me and the missus get married?
I am not gonna cast the spell, and I'm just going to... and I'm going to roll the dice.
We were thinking of eloping today, you know? Going all out, spending lives together. Is it our lucky day to do such things?
I don't know what antelope have to do with this, but I shall so let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to roll the dice.
Okay. Please roll. Let's see what your dice give you.
It's basically three options, so probably wheel woe, and then the last one's wheel and woe, so I'm just gonna roll 1d3. Whoa. Bad.
Ooh.
Rip.
Oh!
Perhaps
You know-
not today.
You're right. My father would approve. We should get him there at least. You're right, babe. Where's your father now? Oh, he was up in Baldur's Gate. He's been there for business. Then let's wait for him to get back. Thanks! I know my folks wouldn't approve, but if I can get her father's approval, that'd be all the better. You're the greatest fortune teller ever. How much?
That's where we
Yeah, Let's see. I mean, you guys are there, I assume. You can...
We're just like watching you squab.
That's fair. The blessings of Asmodeus are free today.
Today.
Wow! I don't know who this Asmodeus dude is, but it sounds awesome! Thanks! Fortune teller dudette?
Probably.
He'll say it like with a question mark a little bit too, because
No. Nobody would know.
No.
I'm gonna quickly get a little scrap of paper, write Asmodeus down on it, and hand it to him so he doesn't forget.
Okay. And they'll leave.
Yeah, so he can spell it.
Yeah.
Still stuff.
It'll be a little quiet then. A bunch of the afternoon will pass. A few more hours. People will walk by. No one really kind of stops by. Some people like watch at like. It looks like this guy putting on some kind of one-man performance while being quiet.
It's one of those Silvermen performances.
No.
Is it a mime?
It's maybe a mime.
Mime.
I hate it.
And there's another
Does
person.
Does anyone have invisibility? We could make this guy's performance great.
Oh my god.
And there's another person performing on a guitar, you know. So he's like strumming it down, just rocking around with a like his case open so people could toss money in.
Perhaps I should get some drums for next time.
Yeah, drums.
No, I actually have proficiency in drums.
Yes, bring the drums.
Absolutely. Does like the cult have like any like music, like their own music? By any chance?
I feel like it's
For
just like
Asmodeus?
sadistic chanting.
Probably.
Probably like you know, like the traditional cult chanting. You know, I mean, like whenever you're like in a video game or a movie where they've got that like low cult whisper, you know, in the background all the time. That's what you can assume you practice for your chants.
Yeah, probably.
Set up our own
Probably.
chant circle.
I just to mention like a lot of like the weird like whisper chants of like the cult guys from Resident Evil 4. There you go. You perform that a lot.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Except less Spanish and more infernal. So the day will pass and the evening will come. How late are you planning on staying here? When evening
Not. Okay, so my personal opinion, probably not very this time. I feel like this was very much a test run,
Yeah.
and it's clear that we need to prepare a little bit more.
Yeah.
And get one of those permits. If we want money.
Yeah, that would help. If
Yeah.
we want to get money.
All right. So yeah. Eventually, though, the park will kind of clear out, and I'm guessing you will clear out. And are you going to head home, or are you going to go somewhere else now?
Do we still have more of those beautiful flyers left?
Yes, I do.
Sure.
We could go hand them out somewhere.
I mean, we probably have plenty, assuming we pick them up out of the garbage after people throw them away.
Very true.
I have lots and lots of people.
Very true. So some of them are probably better looking than others if you did do just that. For for your Asmodeus flyers. Where are you going with Asmodeus flyers today, then, if you're going to hand some of them out?
In front of the church?
That's literally what I just thought.
Okay, so you'll be handing out some flyers in front of the church, and people are going to give, like, there's a bunch of people that won't take it, some people that will take them, plenty of people that are going to give you funny looks. And after about 30 minutes, a brother will move out of the church and be like, "Excuse me,
Yes?
are you handing out religious flyers in front of our church?
Perhaps.
Could you please not?"
Is there some rule against it?
I could complain
don't
about
see
you
any signs.
loitering in front of our church.
But we're walking around. We're not littering.
You are still staying here and attempting to undermine the religion of the country.
Untrue.
Undermine, not necessarily. More like add to it.
I will call the authorities if you do not leave this place. I would wish not to. But please do not test our patience.
I'm just gonna walk across the road and stand opposite the church on the opposite side of the road, handing out my flyers.
So like,
Perfect.
so like you're like on the opposite side of the road, which is the park. So you're like at the edge of the park where there's a kind of like a gate behind you, as people are still walking by there.
Directly
Yeah.
in this person's view.
Yeah. You even without insight checks, you could just get that he's glaring at you, just glaring.
Hey, want us loitering outside his church? He said nothing about the park.
Exactly.
Yeah. So as you're handing out some more flyers to probably very little results, why don't we take our first break here? And we'll be back in a little bit. So if you need a drink, snack, bathroom break, go ahead and take it. And we'll be back to see what happens poster handing out. Or if maybe someone takes the bait. I'll roll a D100 and find out. I have rolled. I know now.
Oh,
Anyway.
no.
It'll be interesting.
Oh no.
Could be go either way. Could someone that'll be like, "I hate you guys," and try to punch you. Could be someone that's like, "Tell me more." You don't know.
Oh, I hope someone tries to punch us.
Could be a random gang wandering by that decide that you to break knock
I'll
you
just
off the
fucking
money.
poison them.
But anyway, we'll take our break, and we'll come back and we'll find out what happens and the continuing adventure. So be back in a little bit, folks.